Ever find yourself with a little extra cash at the end of the month and wonder, should I pay off my debt or should I start investing in the stock market? If you've ever felt torn between crushing your debt and growing your money, you're not alone. This is one of the most common financial dilemmas people face, and today we are deep diving into the numbers, the logic, and the real life scenarios to help you make the smartest move for your future. Stick around. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to decide what to do with extra money and why the answer isn't always as obvious as it might seem. So let's start with a reality check. Do you know that more than 1 in 3 workers live paycheck to paycheck? That means after covering essentials like rent, groceries, and healthcare, there's often not much left over. But let's imagine you've managed to break out of that cycle. You've budgeted well and you've now got an extra $200 at the end of each month. Now comes the big question. Do you use the $200 to pay your debt faster, or do you invest it in the stock market to grow your wealth? There's a simple rule of thumb that financial experts use to answer this question, and it all comes down to one number: 7%. Why 7%? There's the average annual return you can expect from investing in a broad index funds like the S&P 500 after adjusting for inflation. Some years are better, some are worse, but over decades, 7% is a solid conservative estimate. So here's the rule: if your debt interest rate is below 7%, you're likely better off investing. If your debt interest rate is above 7%, focus on paying off that debt first. Let's break it down why this works. Suppose you have $10,000 student loan at a 5% interest rate. That's about average for federal student loans over the past decade. Your minimum monthly payment is $150. If you pay just the minimum, it will take you about 6.5 years to pay off the debt, and you'll pay roughly $1,700 in interest over the time. But what if you put your extra $200 each month in the loan? Now you're debt free in just 2.5 years, and you only pay about $700 in interest. That's a $1,000 savings. Pretty good, right? But let's look at the investing side. If you stick with the minimum loan payments and instead invest the $200 a month in an S&P 500 index fund, earning a conservative of 7% return, after 6.5 years, you would have earned around $4,000 in interest from your investment. So yes, you paid up $1,700 in interest on your loan, but you made $4,000 by investing, leaving you with $2,300 more than if you just paid off the loan faster. Now let's pause for a second. If your debt interest rate is below 7%, investing that extra cash could actually leave you with more money in the long run. Surprising, right? But what happens if your debt has a higher interest rate? Now let's say your debt is a subprime auto loan at 13% interest. Ouch! If you only pay the minimum, it'll take almost 10 years to pay off, and you'll fork over $7,800 in interest on top of the original debt. But if you throw an extra $200 a month at the debt, you'll be debt free in just under 3 years, and you'll pay just $2,000 in interest, a saving of $5,800. If you choose to invest the $200 instead, you might earn around $10,000 in interest over those 10 years, but after subtracting the $7,800 you paid in debt interest, your net gain is only about $2,200. Less than half you would save by paying off the debt aggressively. What would you do in this situation? You would rather see your investments grow, or would you sleep better knowing you're debt free? Drop in your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take. So why is 7% the magical number? It's all about opportunity cost. If your debt is costing you less than what you could reasonably earn by investing, it makes sense to invest. But if your debt is costing you more, paying it off is a better deal. It's important to remember through that investing always comes with risk. The stock market can be unpredictable, and while 7% is a historical average, there's no guarantee you'll see those returns every year. Now Now let's talk about the three big types of debt most people have. Number one, mortgages. These are usually long-term and come with a lower rate interest, often below 7%. In this case, it often makes sense to invest while making your regular mortgage payments. Number two, student loans. Also typically below 7%, especially for federal loans. Again, investing can be the smarter move. And number three, credit card debt. This is the big bad wolf. Credit card interest rates have been above 20% over the years. No investment can reliably beat that. So paying off credit card debt should always be your top priority. Do you also know that federal law now requires credit card companies to show you exactly how long it will take you to pay off your balance if you only make minimum payments and how much interest you'll pay over the time? That's a wake-up call for anyone carrying a balance. Before you even think about investing or paying off extra debt, there's one more crucial step. Build an emergency fund. Most financial planners recommend having at least $1,000 set aside for unexpected expenses, but ideally you want 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved up. This safety net provides you from having to rely on high interest debt if life throws you a curveball. At the end of the day, the right choice isn't just about the math, it's also about your comfort with the risk. If the idea of investing makes you nervous, or if you just want the peace of mind that comes with being debt-free, it's okay to prioritize paying off your debt. And even if the numbers say investing would make you a little more money. So what's the takeaway? Use the 7% rule as your guide. If your debt interest rate is below 7%, consider investing your extra cash. If it's above 7%, focus on paying off that debt as quickly as possible. And always have an emergency fund before you start. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more data-driven financial tips. And if you have a financial question you want answered, drop in the comments. I might cover it in the next future video. Thanks for watching, and remember, smart money moves today means a richer tomorrow.